Hello boys and girls, welcome to another session of Dwarf Fortress. We have way too many idlers and need to do some serious work. For example, storing things into stockpiles. And making more furniture. So we will need tables, chairs, cabinets, hatch covers and doors. Yugoslavenka can make that. We have enough rock pots for the moment. Hey, what is this? Is this? Wow, this is actually clay loam. Greetings, Chris. So we have our farms. One level below is the still and farmer's workshop for processing plants. Let's see if he's got any pigtails and stuff. Quarry bushes. Yeah. We will need a stockpile of bags and stuff too. I'd even prefer that we store the quarry bushes someplace else. Here we have a stockpile of meat. Yes, we will need lavish meal. Oh, you're watching at 3 a.m. Oh, so a good night stream then for you. Yeah, it is about 10 a.m. here. Yes, in Germany. So we are 7 hours apart. We'll need bags, so I'll better. Well, bags. I need some pigtails, you know, because without pigtails I hope we have some pigtail seeds. We don't really have. We have one pigtail seed, and that is why. Where do we have our pigtails? You got 17 pigtails somewhere over here. We need to brew drink. Yeah, that's complicated. Because if I choose to brew drink, he will brew drink from pump helmets. Well, okay, then just brew drink then. And where is this stockpile supposed to be? Rock pots stockpile. Oh yes, barrels. Indeed. So wait, barrels is not enough. I need rock pots as well. Barrels and large pots. Yes, it is. So, and what is this? Why? What is this? Meat stockpile? Woven beer. That's drinks stockpile. Okay, I see. drinks. Okay, let's make a stockpile of drinks here as well. Let me quickly respond to a chat here. Yes, we will also need mechanisms. Can make 6 mechanisms. So yes, this is going to be our new stockpile for bones and bone crafts. We can already build a craftsdwarf's workshop here. And remove this workshop. We have a turkey gobbler here. Is this rotten already? Muscle trout, rotten rainbow trout, yeah. Rotten fish. We will need a well and waterworks and hospital and stuff. So best way to do it would probably be well, if you go inside here, this barracks is preliminary anyway, so let's have the waterworks tapped in here. This is a good place, or here, we could have it here as well. So this would be the bridge. For the waterworks. This could be let's have it a couple of tiles further back. This could be the maintenance. Yes, so a retracting bridge here. Actually, no. Have it like we've had it. Yeah, 5 bridges here, raising bridges all around, and the retracting bridge in here. We will need a maintenance access. We'll need a maintenance access to these. Yeah, but that's future plans. That is where our waterworks will be. We will have channels then, you know. We will have probably channel here and channel here. I wonder whether we should have something like waterfall. I don't think so. Now the question is, where would our hospital be? Where would we have our hospital? I would prefer to have it well, somewhere must be our dining hall. So dining hall, we mustn't forget we can also build up the fortress. I think we could have this part of the waterworks could could serve to fill a little pool. Or a bath. But maybe I'd need pumps to do so. Pump the water up here. Once we have our above ground fortress. Chris says, yeah, was binge watching some. Oh yeah, you were watching some Game of Thrones and then saw the stream. Okay, hello, Kidbu. Nice to see you. You see, if I'm going to have barracks up here somewhere on the hill, which is what I think we will do. It's a good place. Well, we will see after the first siege from where the enemies come. Then we would need a pump stack, a water pump stack, to pump the water from the river up the hill. Yeah, but that's something we'll have to do when we have about 100 or 200 dwarves. We can't do it right now. Now we must care for the hospital and the water tank. So why not having a hospital? Over here. This could be the hospital. We would have, for each bed we need a 3x3 space. Six times 3 is 24. This would be a hospital for 24 dwarves. Ah, that's okay, I think. One, two, three. Well, we could make it even more. If I have this, then I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 6 times 4. Yeah, 6 times 4. 24 dwarves. Maybe even a bit more. So, and the well should be somewhere around here. So this is the hospital area. What? You say you hear nothing? I can't believe it. Hello, hello? Do we have sound? Oh, we certainly do. Is anybody else having audio problems? Okay. Strange. Oh, you have to increase your volume again to hear it. I see. But I hear the audio. It's definitely okay. Sound mixer. Strange. Levels. Well, I have my microphone levels quite high. Can make it a little bit higher. Advanced. Properties. I wonder if I can have somewhere some sort of boost. Settings, audio. It's a noise gate. I don't want a noise gate. Now, I mean, maybe the position of my microphone may be a little bit better like this now. But other than that, I have my microphone audio pretty much maxed out here. No, I don't see any option in the streaming program to increase it even more. And on the system level, it is 100% volume. Maybe, well, if I put it even louder on the microphone itself, then it will be clipped, and that's what I'm trying to avoid. I could use a compressor, but I don't have a compressor. It's fine. Then we'll need more stockpiles. I just need to find a good place for them. So we'll have bones stockpiles here. I guess we're having some more stockpiles here. We've got tables, chairs. Large pots here. Large pots. Tables. What is this? Thrones. What stockpile is this? Prepared food. Aha. Here is some prepared food. What stockpile is this? This is mechanisms, right? This is also mechanisms. Well, we have stockpile space here. We could have a dining hall over here. So we have stockpiled for toys here. Oh, you see, we need bins. We are lacking bins. On repeat, pretty much. We can have a stockpile of beds here. What's he making? Mugs and toys, okay. That's still fine. We will need stockpile for some of the things we have bought. Clay bars, blocks, metal bars. Yeah, I guess we should start a metal industry before we dig to magma. It seems that there's no good way around it. We will need some metal workers early on. We need some hammer dwarves and mace dwarves. Yes, I think we can let it play for now. We should have 0 idlers immediately. Here we have the Craftsworks workshop. We will remove this stockpile. We'll need a stockpile for bones there. Okay. Refuse. No body parts, just this. Except maybe for hair, right? I don't want hair or wool. Just these things. Children are playing with these mini forges. Play make-believe, play make-believe, play make-believe. But they are playing in the toy stockpile. As Elizabeth suggested, we will need some temples. Dwarves need to pray to their gods. Ah, yes, here we go. Some doors. Yeah, we definitely need bins. Is he already making bins? No, he is not. And we can reclaim the wood. We have some new rooms here. He is holding probably a piece of copper pick, left hand, dog leather shoe. Where is he going with it? Must see where we have some armor. We don't have an armor stockpile. We want basically only leggings. No metal. Some armor stockpile. Hello, Elizabeth. Yeah, you didn't expect the stream to be this early? Yes, I figured I would be streaming most of the day today. We have some beds. We can make a stockpile of bins. You didn't even sleep since my last stream. Where are you from? From America? They have like late night now. Look at it, we have some skulls and bones. This will make now totems and bone bolts. Londonish time, Berlin, UTC +1. So like me, same time zone like me. I'm in Germany. I have also UTC +1, actually +2 because it's still summertime, isn't it? Yeah, look at these. Oh, he's making beds and bins. Well, the bins will be needed. Have you tried a Succession game? Not really, I think. I don't know, I think I have too much trouble trying to work with stuff other people have made. So any Succession game, I'd prefer to start Succession games rather than playing them. But what we have tried with two other people, two other YouTubers of Dwarf Fortress a couple of years ago, was a sort of a parallel universe. We all shared the same world, who one of us generated in Dwarf Fortress. We decided on an embark scenario, a special or certain embark location, which we said, okay, we will embark on a 4x4 or whatever 3x3 field here in this very location, and every one of us will do their own fortress in this embark and see how each of us copes with the peculiarities and dangers of that very site in that very world, and every one of us took a different approach on it, and so it was like 3 parallel universes, but it ended up being mostly one, because I played my fortress but gave up. The other guy somehow did not even really participate, or participated even less than me, and only one of us really made it to the hidden fun stuff and even defeated it, which was really, really impressive. So yeah, it was sort of a parallel universe where we shared the same save game basically. Everybody could of course make another embark preparation, but it has to be the same scenario. So that was fun. Fun to see how what other people made of the same conditions, you know. And I usually don't play succession games because sometimes I just don't feel like playing. And if it's a succession game, well, you play it like for 1 or 2 weeks and then you give it back and never see the save game again. But if it would be something like alternating save game, like 1 year you, 1 year me, I would not be a reliable player, because sometimes I just take some time off and I'm not gaming for a couple of weeks. Stuff like that happens from time to time. Elizabeth says, meanwhile, my 2-year-old fortress, 150 dwarfs, is being abandoned because I want to play on an evil biome. Wow. Challenges. You're looking for challenges, aren't you? You really have a challenging, savage world, as far as I can tell. I love how the children hang around the toys stockpile. We even have a crate now. Wood bin. Where are all the toys, I wonder? Do they have them stored in the cabinet or anywhere? In bed? No. Here we have some toys. What is this? Bauxite toy hammer, for example. It's right here. These children have all. They have toy hammer. This guy's mini forge. This guy's mini forge. Elizabeth says, yeah, the game seems easy, really. I don't understand why. Oof. It's so hard for me to maintain a decent fortress, really. I'm struggling so much with the sieges and army. You will see. I mean, what did you have in your first winter? What sort of army and equipment and military did you have in the first winter? We have 3 soldiers, 2 of them melee and 1 marks dwarf. And I'm really struggling to spare any more workforce for more military. And that's why I usually die to early sieges or visits by, you know, lycanthropes. Lisbeth says, I usually have a full hospital and all necessities within the first year. And you're already at the 9th month and no dining room. Yes, I wonder what happened, what went wrong with this embark. I'm wasting my time with Well, I have some sort of a dining room. I have 4 tables and chairs here, which are shared, and every one of the dwarves have their individual room with a chair and a table. So it's not that bad. So if anyone wants to eat, they eat solitarily. But it's not like community dining room, really. No. Loxian's asking, what game are you planning next time to play? Oh, Dwarf Fortress again. After this fortress, I'll play another one. I still have my Witcher Let's Play open, but I feel like I can't really play Witcher very well, so I hardly can keep up with the story. It's difficult. With years, the older I am, the more difficult I find it to really immerse myself in games and learn the details of all the story and really understand the game settings properly. The game setting properly. Like when I started Oblivion, it was probably the best time I could roughly understand the Bethesda world, but since then it was worse and worse with these game worlds, and I have so much trouble learning the game worlds. Not in Dwarf Fortress though. I mean, the game world is every time different, so you either learn it a bit or not at all, or thoroughly. You read through Legends mode before you embark and stuff like that, but it's every time different, so kind of used to that. Yeah. Well, anyway, I hope that I will be playing Dwarf Fortress for the rest of the years, mostly because it's such a good game. Elizabeth says, I just ensure that I have at least 2 dwarves with good combat skills from the start. They seem to murder stuff easily, and I supply them with my worst armor. Yes, that's what I did here as well. I have 2. I picked 2 axe dwarves, and they are still alive. And additionally trained 2 marks dwarves. One of them died. It was an accident. Okay, must live with that. And Elizabeth says, and ensure that my value rises quickly since more migrants arrive. Yes. No, you're not too old. You hardly look out of your 20s. Well, you see, and I'll be soon out of my 30s already. I'm 36 now. So, yeah. Value rising quickly, I know. There's not much value I have generated in this fortress. There's only 52,000. We have some hatch covers we can place. Chair, we don't have any chair, we don't have any table. Or maybe you're just lucky 100% of the time. Yeah, some embarks are better than others. But this one is, well, mediocre. It's not horrible, but I feel like we are lacking workforce. There is only so much you can do with 10 dwarves. You know, we have 15 dwarves and 5 of them are children. What do you want to do with 10 dwarves? Mostly they spend their time hauling, because there is so much stuff to organize. and I really try hard. I'm trying hard to keep. Here we have our leather. That's leather stockpile. Okay. Keep. I'm trying really hard to keep the hauling distances at minimum. Guys, do you suggest to play this game? Well, Oxias, it's very hard to learn it, but if you can spare a week of learning and studying this game, then it would be a good opportunity to get into it. It's not without effort, though. You can't. You really must sit down and read a lot and try for yourself. Read the wiki, read the forums, learn how things work, watch some tutorials. But I actually prefer reading before watching, because when reading you can just briefly skim through the text and see what's important for you and what not. And you can't browse a video that quickly as you can browse a text. If you like it, I mean, this is the most complex game in the world, and most beautiful one. It generates every time a different story. Yeah, you will be reading the wiki, the Dwarf Fortress wiki, for the rest of your playing. It's always. I mean, the wiki is a tool without which you always need it, no matter how experienced you are. And there is always some stuff you've never tried before. Like me, for example, with these giant cave spiders, the wiki has an article on how do you safely farm giant cave spider silk from giant cave spiders. How do you keep them? I've actually read that the giant cave spiders are super dangerous beasts. I didn't even imagine how dangerous they were, but they are roughly as big as a grizzly bear. And boy, are they deadly. It's really a dangerous creature. It's like a semi-mega beast. It's a horrible thing. It's like this big spider from Lord of the Rings, you know? What was its name? I forgot it. The descendant of Ungoliant. Something like that. It's a pretty bad creature. Yes, and exactly what could happen in this game. Your fortresses usually die and fall to a disaster, either a big siege or some unleashed evil stuff, or they die to an epidemic of lycanthropy or vampirism, or they die an FPS death. FPS is like these frames per second, where the game gets slower and slower as you mess your fortress with stuff. The more items you have, the slower the game plays. The more flowing water or fluid dynamics the game has to calculate, the slower it gets. The more dwarves you have, the slower it gets. So the more critters you have, if you have too many cats and kittens, the game slows down horribly. So most fortresses of the average players just die because, or are abandoned because they are unplayable. You get like 2 frames per second rate, which takes ever longer time to play it. And now in this fortress you can see you can make science, have libraries, have visitors, taverns, and still there's so much you can do. I have to say, you are one of the YouTubers that have low subs and make the gameplay interesting. Yeah, well, I don't really care for the subscribers. I'm like a niche YouTuber. A couple of people find my videos interesting, hang around, and I'm not making it. I'm not making it a big business. It's also because I avoid putting any advertisements and commercials into my videos, so they are not being really promoted by the YouTube search system, because there is no money really to be made from them. So but whoever finds them, mostly people like them. Yeah. At least you've got at least 100,000 items. How can you check your items? I don't know how many items do I have. Other objects. Oh, I see. I have furniture, weapons. Okay, so let's say I have like 2,000 weapons. It's currently about 16,000 with furniture, and another 16,000 other objects, like 32,000. Oh, no, it's not objects, it's the value. I see. No, so I don't really know how many objects I have, but it can't be too much. We just started. I was thinking about temples, as you said. It is dangerous not to have temples for too long. You need really your dwarves to be able to pray. So right after we dig out these rooms, we'll take care of temples. I also wanted to, yes, store these things from the depot. We have lots of things we've bought, like we have the musical instruments. Let's make a stockpile for musical instruments. Musical instruments. And I'll need parts of musical instruments. You wonder, how do you exactly store parts of musical instruments? That's one thing we need to look up in the wiki. Instruments, harp, musical instrument. Okay. So where are they exactly stored? Stationary instruments are built like furniture. Handheld instruments will be carried by dwarves or placed in coffers in taverns or temples. The new details menu can be, you can even specify details. Assembling the instrument after all the components are finished is also performed at the craftsmith workshop. And the skill needed to assemble is main part, okay. Now, where exactly are musical instruments? Well, the wiki article is very new, it seems, and they haven't written yet where do you store musical instruments. I assume this will store just well, let's first see what is going to be stored there. Oh, we need a stockpile for wheelbarrows. Elizabeth says also, the more gods there are, the more dangerous it gets, since a dwarf will get multiple sadness effects and basically throw a tantrum. My intensive research has proven that providing a multi-religion temple can reduce tantrum. Well, what if you have a temple for each of the gods? I mean, you have to know which gods are how do you say, believed in, or which gods are relevant for your dwarves. Like this one, yeah, are worshipped is the word. Which gods are worshipped by the dwarves? She's a worshipper of Lune Torch Wonder. So, Yugoslavenka returned. Hello. Did you return from your morning swim, or do you return from the city? Yeah, so Lune Torch Wonder should be one of the gods. And then we have this one somehow not worshipping any god. It's an atheist. Worshipper of Mebzuth. Okay, goodbye, Loxias. Yeah, I wonder. temple, you know. I imagine this should be a dining hall. Also, consider turning your dining room into a tavern in the future, since every dwarf will be forced to visit and enjoy it. How do you... I don't even know how you make taverns. Tavern... I guess I'll need to read up on a tavern. I think we will let this fortress fail sometime. This is just to become familiar with the new things. Tavern, meeting area, dining room. Upon creation, new tavern will be given a random name, but you can rename it. What if you have only a tavern and not a dining room? If you build a bedroom, assign it to the tavern, renting rooms to visitors, performers. Wow. Taverns serve all the same purposes as dining halls. There is no reason why you can't have them be one and the same. Lavishly decorating your tavern, filling it with such mood-enhancing items as mist generators, it will greatly boost your fort's happiness, as every dwarf will eventually need to visit the place to eat and drink. You can further improve it by assigning dwarves to the occupations associated with taverns. Performers, tavern keepers. Performers will simply socialize with anyone who is idle in the tavern, while tavern keepers provide drinks in mugs to tavern goers. Bear in mind that the tavern keeper will remain idle indefinitely if your tavern doesn't have a drink stockpile, and that they tend to serve more alcohol than creature would normally drink. This can lead to issues like drunkenness, particularly for your non-dwarven long-term residents. Although taverns attract foreign visitors by default, you can adjust this option in the location menu. Wow, this is so detailed. Well, you know, until now my dining room was just a room with tables and chairs, some statues. I think I even had my food stockpiles outside of the dining room. And it was somewhere close to the kitchen and stuff, but a tavern here. Well, we will have a hospital here. So this could like be the first floor of the tavern. Yes, we could make how is it with rooms? Can they be defined across multiple Z levels, or is a room definition only on one Z level? That's what I'm worried about a little bit. Because then we would need... my best imagination of a tavern would be multi-level building rather than a big one spread flat across one Z level. But yeah, I mean, if it's going to be in one Z level, then we can have this room here. We can have another room here. Another room here. This would be one stockpile, another stockpile. This would be, I don't know, the dancing area, if they need to perform some dances. And I guess some some tables and chairs could be over here. And we have 3 rooms to rent here. Yeah. I guess that will be my tavern here. Is this reasonably good? We could even modify it a little bit and say we'll have this room like this. Yeah. Does the tavern keeper need to have his own room somewhere in the tavern, or does he need to have some sort of a bar and stuff? Oh, hello, Hacknos. You finally caught me live then. One. Congratulations. Enjoy it. Elizabeth says only on one level a room can be defined. Elizabeth says you can assign a few rooms as one location, though. Yes, of course. This internal doors it is, isn't it? You can assign few rooms as one location, so multiple layers of separate rooms that are all assigned to the same tavern or temple or library. Ah, okay. So I don't need to have the rooms which will be rented by the tavern on the very same level. They can be elsewhere in the fortress. I just need to assign a room to the tavern. I see. Just have a stockpile and tables and chairs, you say. Well, in the dancing room, I want some dancing and performing to happen. A meeting area. So I guess I will simplify it. I will simplify it then, and I will have some rooms attached to it like this. So I'll have 3 rooms. Okay, I can then make a dancing area here. It can be statues, it can be nice armor stands and whatever. Engraved things. Yeah. Okay, I guess this is going to be our tavern then. So, but now chairs, stone stockpile, prepared food. Yeah, prepared food stockpile will soon move to the tavern. We have a stockpile of bins and musical instruments. I will need a stockpile for individual plants. I don't like what I have now. Brewable plants. Brewable plants will just go away. I don't like that. Furniture stockpile. What sort of furniture am I stockpiling here? Barrels and large pots. Okay. Yeah, this is important. Barrels and pots. What sort of things do I have here? This is absolutely unnecessary to have a quarry bush. Quarry bush is stored here. If I don't have the bags, but I guess I will have a bags stockpile here. Basically, bags can be made of cloth, leather, silk, and yarn. So I'll have my bags here. And our old bags stockpile, which is here, I think. Must be gone. Elizabeth says, since it takes a rectangle as the dance floor, you just put all of the furniture on the edges. Yes. I usually get away with 6 stockpiles. Refuse, finished goods, corpses, furniture and food. And of course, a custom one that has everything else other than stone. Yeah, I do a lot of custom. I basically use only custom stockpiles. The only non-custom stockpile I use is wood. It's a different strategy. It's just... I like to keep things visually sorted. Although it's not really necessary. I only Mostly when I'm looking for something, I go to stocks and find it here because I have a bookkeeper. I find it good at times to have a visual control over how much of what I have. Large pods. I don't want large pods here anymore. It should be used for something else, like coffins, for example, or something. Like the furniture stockpile of coffins. Or slabs or something. Winter is here, and I guess we'll have our first ambush or something. I'll just go grab a beer and I'll be right back. So Elizabeth says, and I seem to really like to make layered fortresses, mainly because of the less efficiency loss when hauling. Like layered, yes, like you have. I usually do that as well. Like these rooms for the residents, I tend to have a batch of 10 rooms and layered level upon level. Or lever room where I have all my levers controlling the mechanisms. I have it also in levels. I have 5 by 5 and level 1, level 2 is already prepared, level 3 if needed, and so on. And bones stockpile is this thing. Workshop, 1 layer of bone stockpile, and below will be just as big, another and another and another. Just as many workshops, like farms up here. Below this staircase I have the food and harvest processing. Below I have this, Also these stockpiles, look, I have a stockpile here, stockpile here, stockpile here. It's just layered in a sloped way here in this case. Yeah, having short hauling whales is absolutely essential for fortresses. It saves you so much so much time. But this time it somehow happens not to be. Somehow I have or wood here. Look at the wood. I plan. This is the first and last wood stockpile I'm going to have. I see. No, actually, I could have another wood stockpile over here and over here, and so on. So yes, layered fortress is very important. Yes. So currently I'm looking to find a storage space for all the, for example, glass. Go outside. Belbez. Oh, Belbez is already being hauled as music instrument part. Who has picked up the job? Somebody must have picked up the job to store the Belbez. Oh, whatever, it's probably already stored. Elizabeth says, also, if I'm right, the more things are connected to a lever, the higher is its value. Well, it's not the value of the lever, it's the value of the mechanisms on that tile. The mechanism gets stored on that very tile as the lever. Yes, so you can, it's an easy thing to improve the value of a room when you put a lever there and attach like 10 appliances to it, so because with extra expensive mechanisms. Or if you build weapon traps in rooms, you can attach super expensive weapons with super expensive mechanisms to a single weapon trap tile. Up to 10 weapons per tile are possible, I believe, and that improves the value of the room massively. It's always advised to annoy the elves. Well, I usually profited from trading with the elves in my last fortress. They brought a couple of tamed beasts like jaguars or lions or stuff like that, and I loved it. I bought it and gave it to my queen as a pet. She liked it. Your 2x2 rooms for the monarch. Yeah, it's also, if you have a legendary engraver and let engrave the walls and floors of the room and have some artifact furniture, you can really have a royal room on a 2x2. So where is this musical instrument? I have one musical instrument, and where is it? It's still here. So where did I say would our temple be? I don't know. I'll need stone. Raw crystal glass, clay. Okay, let's first take care about clay. Stone, clay. Okay. Let's store clay here. He says, nah, lever with 50 kinds of death traps for the monarch. Connected to it are better. They will like it and they won't. If they won't exist. Yeah. Oh, there's an echidna, so let's kill it. Here come our dwarves. Let's follow Yugoslavenka as she goes out to kill an echidna. And there it is. Upper body, apart the muscle. Okay, done. We can store it. Good morning, Dan. Interrupted by a goblin thief! Haha! Look at that! Where do we have a goblin thief? Here he is. Close the bridge. We will not let him out. But I think he will escape Here, run up there. Run up there. That's exactly where you should be running, because it's not dug in there. Large crossbow. I guess this guy will die now, Perkman, because the goblin thief will stab him. Bashes the goblin thief. Deflect it. Here she comes. Yugoslavenka. This is your time. The thief is yours. Here, report. Hacks the goblin thief in the left hand with her battle axe, and the injured part is cloven asunder. Very well, very good hit. Artery opened, motor nerve been severed. This thief is not going to steal any more things, at least not with his left hand. Ligament torn, tendon torn. And a large crossbow. How fleeting life is. Be gone, fear, says the thief. Ex-dwarf Yugoslavenka strikes the thief in the right upper leg, bruising the muscle. Poor goblin. No, no, no. It's excellent. And there is another. Spectra punches the thief with her right hand. These thieves usually have a dagger or something on them. But this one does not. He's got a troll fur bag, tunic, robe, cloak, cap, hood, loincloth, trousers, cloak, hood, gloves, socks, sandals. He's not armed, unarmed thief. That's really easy. Spectra hacks the thief in the head, tearing apart the muscle. Tendon torn. The thief is stunned, and I think one more hit. In the upper leg. So actually, this thief is going nowhere anymore. We can cancel the task. To pull the lever, we don't really need it anymore. This thief is not running away anymore. Bruising the bone in the right lower leg. Okay. falls over. I've been wounded. It's annoying. Yes, it is, and it will be even more annoying. Blood. Hex the goblin in the upper body, tearing apart the muscle, tearing apart the left lung. Has trouble breathing. Expedition leader bashes the goblin with the crossbow, attack deflected. Militia commander pulls on the embedded copper battle axe. In the lower body, tearing apart the guts. Artery opened, looks sick, lodged firmly. Gives into pain. Pulls, embedded axe. In the head. Tendon torn, skull torn, muscle. And Yugoslavenka probably cloven asunder. Head is cloven asunder. Yeah. Dan is asking whether I've played Planescape Torment, Icewind Dale or Baldur's Gate. No, I did not, and the way I did not like Pillars of Eternity, I think I would not like Baldur's Gate either. It's just the kind of games I never happened to play in my childhood, so I have no fond memories of these. Somehow they are not too appealing for me. I don't know why. They are not bad, but there are other games which are so much better, I think. At least in my view. Alright, so what to do with this goblin? Obviously we can't butcher it, so there will not be any goblin soap. But great job killing that thief. And we have a rattlesnake. So go kill the rattlesnake as well. Do you have your military set to training? No, Elizabeth, I do not, intentionally not, because I need the workforce. I need every pair of hands I can have in this fortress. I've got only 10 dwarves and there is so much to do. How many dwarves did you have in your first winter? It's easy to play in the autumn if you have 40 dwarves, but I don't. Fortress growth is very slow with this little number of dwarves. And let's follow Spectra or Yugoslavenka as they go kill the rattlesnake. Here they killed it. We'll have some rattlesnake leather. The goblin, though, it should be disposed. Otherwise, miasma will spread. Rattlesnake is being butchered, that's excellent. This is one of the few times when I really could catch the thief here. Lisbeth says, I had like 20, like 30 at max. Still assigned 10 to the military and 24/7 training. Yes. I would probably do the same if I had twice the dwarves. What exactly is being butchered? Echidna, okay. So we have some leather here. We have panda leather. It's all the leather we have. Echidna leather soon. Got some plump helmets. Yeah, we didn't even have the time to prepare lavish meals. Sheep are amazing, you say, Elizabeth. They give you everything other than eggs. Yes, they give you meat, wool, leather, milk, bones, horn, tooth, skulls. It's so hooves. It's such wonderful animals. I love sheep. Turkey hen and turkey gobbler. Okay, let's kill those. Injured part explodes into gore. Left foot. Mugs and toys. The continent of stroking. I don't think I want this 3-hour generated world anymore. Continent of stroking. Dan says the cool thing about Baldur's Gate and Icewind Dale is that if you create a character, you can import custom images to use as portrait. It would be an honor to Photoshop you into a knight or a wizard. Yeah. King of Beagle says it's an epic name. Yes, I think, Elizabeth, you should definitely play that world. Continent of Stroking, it's so dwarfy. Okay, so we have got our bolts here. I think the ammo stockpile will need to go to the barracks. Soon we'll be out of wood. Yes, we are out of wood. Turkey is being butchered. I see there's a new goat here. So we have some bins here. Oh, what is this? This must be the instrument part. Belbez. Calcite Belbez. The keyboard is made from stoneware. The body is made from calcite. The bellows is made from wild boar leather. The Belbez is a small handheld stone musical instrument. The musician uses a leather bellows to send air over interior reeds. The desired pitch is selected using a ceramic keyboard. The instrument has a 3-octave range going from a middle to a very high pitch. At all pitches, the instrument has a choppy, steady timbre. It has 3 registers. The low register is a full strained vibrating timbre. The middle register begins at mid-high pitch and has a full piercing strident timbre. The high register begins at high pitch and has a delicate vibrating piercing strident timbre. Yeah. Belbez. I love these instruments. It was so good for from Toady to really get into these instruments. Elizabeth is asking, never played on a good biome. Is it any more horrible than evil? Wow, I don't know. Because last time I played on evil, it wasn't that bad. You must be a very good player. Do you publish your Let's Plays on YouTube or in community stories or whatever? Do you write it up? Because I would like to see how you play a fortress. I think I could learn a thing or two from you. Or do you publish? I used to publish on Google Plus the stories of my former fortress. There's a small community of about 1,000 people for Dwarf Fortress on Google Plus. But I'm mostly now I'm just too lazy to write it up after each session, so I don't publish it anywhere else than on YouTube. So Elizabeth says, I remember my first adventure tried to imitate a flute kind of instrument. One villager threatened to kill me. Ah, lovely. There's a clay stockpile. Nobody really brought any clay from the depot to the clay stockpile yet. Looks like we have dwarven wine stored here in the barracks. 200 drinks. Lavish meals while rendering fat. Elizabeth says, I actually got into this game not too long ago, like few months. It's just that I learned quickly. Wow. It's very impressive. I needed like a week until I was able to play this game, and like 2 more weeks until I survived the first winter. Look at this. Turkey Gobbler bites the expedition leader in the lower body, bruising the muscle, bruising the stomach. We can make 6 more mechanisms. What is this? A goat? No, stray goose in the tree. Turkey hen. Kill the turkey hen. Punches the turkey hen in the head with her left hand, and the injured part explodes into gore. Excellent. We've got panda leather, turkey leather. So let's see our military equipment. These guys have full leather armor. This guy has armor, legwear, footwear, headwear. So we'll make a helm, gloves, helm and gloves, and boots, and we will make a new shield, but we don't have any wood. Actually, yes, we do. We can make a wooden shield. Liz says, I played it on the first day and just abandoned the fort because it was too peaceful, only a few siege. What? Puny wildlife and an anemic forgotten beasts. And too many resources. Yes, too many resources. It would be boring for me to play with too many resources. I like resources a little tight. Since they are played on the hardest settings, wow. Like what are the hardest settings? like savagery extremely high, or rare resources. I play on standard middle settings. Every world I generate has the default middle settings, I think. And then I choose the difficulty by choosing an embark. If I embark on a glacier, glacier embarks are challenging. Evil biome are challenging embarks. Close to the necromancer's towers are super challenging for me. Treeless embarks are challenging, and so on. Subliminal here, hello. It's been a while, yes. I'm doing really well, thank you. How have you been? Miasma Goblin, yeah, why don't you just dump the body someplace here? Wow, miasma is spreading. Really, really deadly. Oh, not deadly, but just... I need to get rid of it. And children see a dead goblin, want to see their thoughts. Euphoric, disgusted after retching on a miasma. Blissful enjoyment. Satisfied. Enjoyment after playing with a puzzle box. 3 years old. Mountain goat, wild mountain goat. Kill it. They are chasing the mountain goat. And they killed it. So you have very large world size, very long history. I love very long history as well. Number of civilizations very high. Number of sites very high. Really? Do you even find a suitable embark space if you have very high number of sites? Very high number of beasts. High natural savagery. Mineral occurrence very rare. You either get useful metal on embark or rely on trading. Yes, yes, indeed. Huh. Well, is it picked up by the green screen? I don't even... Ah, it is. Yes, indeed. Ah. Yeah. Elizabeth, did you already fight the hidden fun stuff? The clowns, as they say? Great horned owl. Let me check up on my Berkman, whether he's got any arrows in his quiver. No, he does not. Why doesn't he know? Why doesn't he have any arrows? How do I make him pick up arrows? We have an ammo bin here. Let's make barracks here. Elizabeth says, no, I haven't breached the tubed fan yet. Okay. Liz says, I will prepare for it though. I also have checkpoints for militia all over my fort, so if you want to go down, you get through the barracks. You want to go up, you get through the barracks. Well, I realized it's difficult to have barracks inside underground, because if your military spends a lot of time in there, they will suffer of cave adaptation. So once you send them out, they will be irritated by the sun, they will retch and vomit and will be practically incapable of fighting if they spend most of the year in the barracks training and wait for the next siege. So that's why I usually wait with proper barracks until I have enough workforce to build them above ground on light tiles, so my military is constantly exposed to the sunlight and doesn't get cave adapted. Also, accidentally purchasing animals on an evil biome should be your doom. Why? I've never really... Well, I played once on an evil biome. I don't know whether I enjoyed it. I probably didn't play it there long enough. So Perkman's here. Let's check his quiver. He still has got no ammunition. Why doesn't he have any ammunition? Why doesn't he pick up ammunition? He's got ammunition in the barracks. He is supposed to take ammunition here. From here there is a bin with lots of bolts. So what's the problem? Why doesn't he pick up ammunition? They didn't even start... Oh, okay, they started to haul clay. That's good. Glass. Okay, we've got some glass bars to store. Just doesn't pick up ammunition. I don't know. Now he's picking up ammunition, is he? Get provisions. Individual combat drill. Why is he not picking up any ammunition? I guess I will have to reassign him a weapon or something. He just doesn't have any ammunition in his quiver. What am I doing wrong, for God's sake? Is it because he doesn't have a militia commander or something? I guess I'll have to create a new squad for him. Just disband squad or something. Now he's got 5 bolts at least. But why does he have only 5 if I commanded him to have 100? Oh, my miners finally decided mining again. That's good. Oh, you are on a freezing biome, Elizabeth. Ah, okay. Yeah, another challenge is ocean. Ocean biomes are also interesting. On the ocean shore. Or treeless embarks. Very challenging. Hello, Exosolaris. So we can make, I believe we can have all rooms claimed by now. We can make rooms here. We can accommodate 10 more dwarves. Glass is still not stored, but I think I have designated a glass stockpile, didn't I? I guess I didn't. Raw green glass is actually not a glass stockpile, like glass bars. Nothing will ever get stored here. Raw glass is a sort of a gem. Okay, so if it's a gem, what sort of stockpile is this? Drink stockpile. Well, now that we have a dining hall, we should make a new drink stockpile. How is life? Well, some ups and downs, you know. But I can't really complain. Life's okay. Drinks stockpile, yes. So let's have all sorts of drinks. Here. And have some prepared food over here. So now we could use some statues. We'll wait until Yugoslavenka's stone stockpiles is filled up again. Should have plenty of stone then. Having a dwarf atom smasher would be useful because I'm embarking on a partially terrifying area. Yes. Atom smasher is a necessity. Troglodytes and yak bulls and yak cows. Wow. Let's kill those yaks. Yugoslavenka killed a yak. Okay, the yaks are killed. Yeah, look at our military now. Skilled fighter. Yugoslavenka killed 6 dingoes, 4 mountain goats, 3 yaks, 2 echidnas, 1 turkey, 1 rattlesnake. 17 kills. 10 kills is Spectra, and Bergman has 4 kills. Hello, Fergo. Exosolaris says I saw the recent Star Citizen 3 preview. The game is revolutionary in so many ways. Yes, Exosolaris, I totally agree. It doesn't seem like much. It seems like all they care about is graphics and high poly models. But that's just a cherry on top. What is really so unique about Star Citizen is, I think, that for the first time you can see other players really interacting with items, like interacting with the controls of the ship, moving them inside buildings. These grabby hands, that's such a revolutionary idea. I know how disappointed I was when I first played Skyrim. I went to a tavern, I saw this cleaning maid in the tavern, and she went to do her scripted cleaning job, and suddenly a broom spawned in her hands, and she started swiping the floor. I said, why is it so difficult? If the room was leaned against a wall over there, why is it so difficult for game makers to actually tell the NPC, go there, grab the broom, go to the floor and swipe it? This has never ever happened in the game. You always see players switching weapons, like holding hands in the weapon holding position, and the weapon switching in their hands like instantaneously. Why don't they do something like interaction with objects? And this is Star Citizen, I think no other game has done it before. Of course Dwarf Fortress has done it before, but in really 3D graphics, I don't think any other game has that. So interaction with the outside world in multiplayer mode, it is so real in Star Citizen now. And these the fact that you can just cram everything you want into your starship and fly off with it, be it players, be it items, whatever. It's looking really great, the game. No, Star Citizen Star Citizen never will be finished. It's a game in constant development. They say, well, they will release it, that there will be one official release where everybody starts doing the multiplayer grinding or whatever they want, but it will be incrementally improved, and content incrementally added to it. So it's never really going to be complete. It's as long as people will have interest in it, it will live on. As Ferko says, yeah, continually upgrading it. And Elizabeth agrees, I never understood why they never have a logical ways of using items. Well, Dwarf Fortress is one of the games which has really a logical way of using items. There are mugs, there are barrels, dwarves come to the barrels, interact with them, pick them up, grab them in their hands. They have items being hauled, put on body and stuff. It's super super detailed. I think Dwarf Fortress has gone even further than Star Citizen. They just don't show it, but objects interactions are here very well made in Dwarf Fortress. Elizabeth says, it's as if the items were suspended in an alternate dimension till the player needed them. Yes. Donkey says, happy to be here, Nagi. Some great game and good streaming here. Been a long time then, fan. But first stream. Lang lebe Nagi. Okay. Welcome, Donkey. Exo says, I felt that NPCs in Skyrim were a big improvement on Oblivion. But Star Citizen will randomize NPC schedules and behaviors. Yes, I hope they will. Probably not so much in the Squadron 42. But I always wondered why. I mean, it's nice to see Skyrim and Oblivion's the NPCs, that a couple of the NPCs have their daily schedule. They sleep, they have a breakfast, and they work in the fields farming or whatever. Then they have visit a tavern and then they go home and sleep. Some NPCs even travel between locations, but they travel on a regular basis. And I wondered, would it be so hard to have like, okay, I have a different program on a weekend, or maybe on a weekend there is a 25% chance that I will travel visit my uncle, I will travel there, I will travel there. There is some percent chance that I will not feel like working, or that I will hang around in the streets after dark, or that whatever, that I will visit the marketplace. Some sort of thing that would just randomize their daily schedule. Why don't they do this? It's just so boring. You can read in the Skyrim or Elder Scrolls wiki the daily schedule of every character, and it's so rigorously regular. I wonder why don't they ever randomize it, or stuff like getting provisions and whatever, having fun, going to dances or stuff like that. Stuff like Dwarf Fortress is doing. Dwarves need taverns, they need temples. If they feel like praying, they go to pray. If they feel like spending time looking at nice furniture, they wander around the fortress and look at nice furniture. It's so much more real. Willite says we all need cray supercomputers to run it. Well, that's not the problem. Star Citizen is a game for future computers, and as you can see, I don't know when it started. It was like 2012, 2013, where Star Citizen development officially started, or publicly was announced to the public. Then, what sort of computers did we have then? And if, let's say, if Star Citizen's development of the core system will progress for another 4 or 5 years, it doesn't really matter that today it runs on supercomputers, because what you will have in 5 years, you will have. There is new graphics card chip generation being was announced this year for the I think, is it the Pascal architecture or whatever from NVIDIA. There is this new RAM generation like DDR5. Hard drives are getting faster. M2 SSDs or even PCI SSDs are standard equipment now in modern computers, and in 5 years everybody will have a modern computer. Processors, it will all be there. Yeah. It's just a matter of time until computers are powerful enough. But this game is also be made to be pushing the hardware to its limits. It's like Crysis. Crysis was 10 years ahead of the time. Even after 10 years, some people are struggling to run it on full settings. Or Flight Simulator, like X-Plane. This X-Plane Flight Simulator is also. There is practically, and there never will be, a hardware which runs it at full settings. It's such an amazing demand on computational power. Yeah. So, whatever. But if Star Citizen can run on today's computers, or at today's high end or mid end, then it's okay. Yeah, Sumnegi is not the best on computer hardware knowledge. No, I'm not. But it's just what I read about Crysis, that the first Crysis was so unbelievably unplayable, or had such bold hardware requirements. Have you discovered Grim Hacks? No, Red Sock, I haven't fired up Star Citizen. I'm actually waiting until they implement head tracking again. Until that, I don't want to play it. Because I really miss head tracking. Look, so we've got some prepared food stockpiles. We will get rid of this. Red Sox says head tracking works. I use it to control the gimbals. Really? How does it work? I know Ferko tried to set it up, head tracking, and it wasn't really successful, was it, Ferko? Yeah, if you use track IR, yes, I mean track IR, I use that. If you need to use OpenTrack. And what is OpenTrack? It's some sort of third-party hack to make Star Citizen work with it? No, thank you. Feko says, I got it to work with track IR as well, but with the FreePy and script. X work only for X, Y, and Z, bit clumsy, not smooth. No, no, no. No, that's nothing like I want. Either they will support track IR properly, or it doesn't have to be track IR. If they decide not to go with track IR and go with whatever is it called, Oculus Rift sort of head tracking, then whatever, I'll buy Oculus Rift and play with Oculus Rift or any other successor of it. It's just that I don't want to spend days and days setting up some hacks and third-party software and modifying XML files and settings to make it run. Because every time I fire up Star Citizen, it's like 2 days of settings and 4 hours of playing. And I just don't have the time for that. I just want to install the game, load my control settings and play. And not spend days and nights reading forums and asking questions about how to set up things. It's okay, I can wait. I mean, I'm in no hurry to play Star Citizen. It will not run away. If I play it in 2 years, I'll play it in 2 years. So it looks like our stockpiles are almost ready. We have mechanisms. We will need tables and traction benches for the hospital, and beds. For beds we will need wood. So I guess we'll just take down these trees. Now, are you still on 6 gigs of RAM? No. I actually have. I think I've got 32 or something. I wanted 64, but I have. Just looking at CPU Z now. Memory 32 gigabytes. Yeah, I've got 32. It's the maximum what my motherboard allows, I believe. Wild mountain goats, kill them. Donkey says, one thing I wonder is what nationality are you, Nagi? Well, my official nationality is German, but I've been born as in Czech Republic. There is a German minority living in Czech Republic, and I belong to that. And I learned Czech as my mother tongue. Have you played RimWorld? No, and I don't intend to. It reminds me too much of what is it called with this prison architect, and I didn't like Prison Architect. I know it's completely different game, but still, as far as I believe it, if it's not from the same makers, it uses the same assets. So look, we should have some more leather. Monkey, mountain turkey, panda, yak. Don't underestimate RimWorld. Well, it's not that I underestimate it, it's just like whenever I'm thinking about playing a derivative of Dwarf Fortress or a Dwarf Fortress like game, I feel like why would I play something which is less detailed and less complex than Dwarf Fortress? I don't know, it's like basically Dwarf Fortress made me lose interest in any roguelike games, because I think the best roguelike ever is in a setting like Dwarf Fortress, and its adventure mode. And although RimWorld might not be roguelike, it might be this micromanagement strategy, whatever game. I don't know. I feel like it's not the real thing, not the full experience. There's mountain goat. Can you kill the mountain goat? Are you going to play KSP? Yes. I'm really looking forward to KSP. And Lisbon says Cataclysm. Yes, that's a game which also has been recommended a lot to me, but I find it so hard to. It's a pretty complex game, Cataclysm. But I don't like these dystopian settings and their harsh environments. There is so much to learn about Cataclysm. You need to know all the tricks, what you can do, how can you craft weapons from garbage and defend yourself. It can be fun survival game, but I have my fun surviving with Dwarf Fortress, so Why should I play Cataclysm? I'm not that much into these post-apocalyptic sci-fi. And what else did you say? Kerbal Space Program. Yes, I'm very much looking forward to it. They made quite some progress. I've been following the dev blog. What I really would like for a Kerbal Space Program is that they have multi-part maneuvers. Like sometimes you have a certain if you are in an orbit and you want to go out to leave the planet. So sometimes you can't accelerate. You can't accelerate with all the delta V in one run. You have to make it accelerate a bit, prolong the orbit, and in the next time you are in the periapsis, accelerate again, and a third time accelerate out of the system. So it would be great if they would have some calculations, even as a plugin or mod or third-party plugin, where you can portion the total delta V in multiple orbits. And of course, once you spend a part of the total delta V in one orbit, you probably will have to adjust your aim and amount of residual delta V to for the other two orbits. So it would have to be dynamically calculated. It's a very difficult task, but I would find it so useful. I remember my last save game there with Kerbal Space Program basically ended because I had so much trouble getting to Duna with these big space stations, which were assembled pretty much in the orbit, were composed of multiple parts, were really heavy and really slow to accelerate. And there was just no way I could accelerate them in one burn. It had to be multiple orbits. And then my calculations for getting the delta V budget was so tight. I just lost any indication of how much I should accelerate to which stuff. It was difficult. You understand? You know what I would need for Kerbal Space Program. Unless, of course, you always make some light rockets which can accelerate quickly, but yeah, building space station like that is really a chore, isn't it? All right, so we have now dug a lot of space. We have our tavern space ready and our hospital space over here. And it is time to take care about it. We will need traction benches. Yeah, we can make more tables and chairs, basically. We'll need that and some statues, and we can have details. So statues, specify stone, we'll make limestones. Details, specify image. So a historical figure. What is P? Panlord as post praised. Figure of Panlord. Yeah, statue of Panlord. You should try the realism overhaul mod pack. It gives the game a whole lot more realistic. Talking about Kerbal Space Program. Yeah, I don't know. Donkey says, have you ever built a well in a hospital via digging in a reservoir and dumping water through the well? No, I've always had the reservoir built beforehand and have my waterworks to channel water into it and fill the reservoir, and then I just dug. I actually had the well hole dug beforehand and all the reservoir, and then I just filled the reservoir. Oh, look at it. This was super unexpected. I did not want this to happen. Yeah, I guess we'll need to build a wall here. Because this was supposed to be the waterworks, you see. I have now effectively flooded one of the rental rooms. Too bad. Well, symmetry sucks, so let's make this room 2 by 4. I wonder where all the prepared food is stored. Oh, still here. Okay, so that's bad. Let's have this out. Now we are doing it, yes. So tables in the tavern. We should actually smooth it. Do you still play adventure mode? Do you prefer Dwarf Fortress mode? Well, I like both. Currently I play a fortress. I may play adventure mode when this fortress falls, which may happen as soon as this weekend. Ah, yaks were butchered. I see. That's why. That's where the food comes from. Will says I'm working on a cobble generator in Minecraft. Cobble generator, so useless. Donkey says, yes, I love going through Dwarf Fortress mode, and once it fails, I will try to go through adventure mode. Wow, yes. Well, great stuff is if you have a successful fortress, and you don't wait for it to fall, but you make yourself a full set of adamantine armor and some super cool weapons like adamantine sword, and then you retire the fortress, play your adventurer, visit your fortress, get the adamantine gear, and then you play further. That's and possibly even take with you some elite military dwarves to persuade them to join you on your adventures. Then you can really change the world here. I believe so. I've never did it, but it's what I read should be possible. Well, and what should our miners do? I think our miners could dig out some more rooms. Migrants? Yes. So let's see who it is. Bone carver, okay. 43 years old. Yeah, I'd say it's a good age. Military material. Splayed out years. Slow to heal, slow to tire. Shortage of patience, meager creativity, perfect military material, creating great work of art. Or he could be a smith, metalsmith or something. Yeah, we shall define a meeting area. Ah, well, so whatever, we have a meeting area. There's no rush. So who is this? A clerk? Flimsy, weak, really slow to heal, clumsy. Masterwork. Yeah, that's my smith. Child, 2 years old. Hunter or an animal trainer. A skilled warrior is a beautiful sight to behold. Slow to heal, clumsy, unquestionably weak. But what are his skills? Hauling, healthcare. Ah, carpenter. Yes, 107 years old. Mastering a skill. What is this? Donkey, foal. Okay. Kitten, farmer. Worshipper of the knot of sun. Quick to tire, very weak. Rabbit, or what is it? Bunny, yes. Kitten, another hunter. It's great when we all get a chance to be married together. Likes native aluminum steel. Here's military material. Toddler. Another clerk. Bone doctor. Wow, excellent. We have a bone doctor. He's come to the right place. Farmer. It's some fishery worker. Good. Miner. Excellent. Does he have his own pick? No. Kitten. Yak. Another farmer. It's great. Great stuff. Fishery worker. Toddler. Or child. More donkeys, more farmers. Farmer. Who's this? Trader, okay. Child. Tanner, excellent. Peasant. Military. We can make squads now. We can have metal industry. Now we can work. Guys, we have lots of work. Bone doctor, excellent. We will need these medics. Tanner, Miller, wonderful. Peachick, another carpenter. No, bowyer, wonderful. I need a good bowyer. Miller, water buffalo, Peachick, and that's it. Wow, 30 dwarves. This is a godsend. Now we can start really playing the fortress. So we went from 10 dwarves plus 5 children to let me see, 34. We have 34 now. Yeah. 34 dwarves and 11 children. That's great. That's great. Guys, I'm taking a break. It will be longer than just 15 minutes. Could be something around 1 hour, 90 minutes. Now we can really plan ahead here with the fortress. We have the whole year to prepare for the next winter and the real siege, and generate some value and start metal industry. We will need to start metal industry right now, even though we are still not we are not currently in the magma level, but nevertheless we need some metal industry, at least to make some picks or something for the miners. And some we need I would since we have 30 dwarves, I would use 10 of them as Mark's dwarves, 10 of them as or 8 of them, like 9 of them as Mark's dwarves, and 9 of them as mace and hammer dwarves. So we would have 20 dwarves in the military. And the rest would do just work in the fortress. We need some clothing industry to start, metal industry. We need a lot of smoothing and masonry and stuff. Yes, so this is a really good migrant wave. Wonderful, wonderful. We may be saved. First of all, we will assign everybody to stone smoothing and smooth our rooms. And then take care about the waterworks and the waterworks and the well in the hospital. That's just great. All right, so I'll see you in the afternoon. Thanks for watching. We need to make careful plans here. See you then.